Let's now go to a part of Kisumu County where families displaced by the rising waters of Lake Victoria are grappling with the intricacies of traditions that seem to stalk them even in calamity. Oko Kusa spent some time with the affected families and filed this report.
Found Priska Atieno and her grandchildren at her makeshift house located behind the Legio Maria Church at Kanyagwal village in Kisumu County. Now, 2 months ago, Priska Atieno was forced to move here into this compound after she realized that her son-in-law, who was also displaced by the rising waters of Lake Victoria, moved into the same evacuation center at a place known as Ogenya. According to Luo traditions, a mother and her son-in-law are prohibited from living on the same compound.
I felt that it was my responsibility to show some respect by moving out of the camp. So I requested the church's authority if I could put up within the compound, and I was allowed to stay for a year.
But the following year, Priska's 18-year-old daughter, Teresa Acheng, passed away.
Once again, I approached the church for help because I didn't have a place to inter her remains, and they accepted.
But now, Priska's greatest worry is that 4 months from now, she'll be forced to vacate the church compound after exhausting the 6-month allowance granted by the authorities.
You see, I'm a Luo, and if it were my wish, I would have preferred to live in a place where the remains of my child have been buried.
Priska says that the church has accepted to sell her the piece of land where her daughter was buried, plus the area where this makeshift structure stands at a cost of 130,000 shillings.
How I can raise that amount is the challenge.
A few kilometers away, we find William Donga. William's mother was among the people whose houses were submerged. The 68-year-old man decided to go against tradition by taking in his mother and constructing a hut for her within his own compound. But in September 2021, his mother fell ill and later died.
I could not conduct the burial at my father's homestead as dictated by tradition because it was flooded. So I decided to bury her body within my compound since tradition allows me to do so, being the last-born son.
Even though it was his mother's wish that she be laid to rest next to her husband when she dies, that was not possible. Mzee Odungi Randa, a member of the Luo Council of Elders, says during calamities, certain traditions can be compromised in order to accommodate the prevailing situation.
It cannot be rigid that by law must be bent, kidogo. Yeah. You will not die. No, you will not die.
For the past 5 years, several displaced families have been forced to seek alternative burial spaces in churches or even in the compounds of relatives and friends living on higher grounds. Oko Kusa, NTV.